You're going to be asking me, so why are you smiling? As a Liverpool supporter, we've been in the mud lately. Caicedo, Lavia, all these players, Jude Bellingham. But this week, it's been a W for myself. Man United getting battered by Ange-Ball. Happy days. And Caicedo and Chelsea spending £220 million or whatever currency you want to concede and to miss a penalty. Ladies and gentlemen, in the wise words of Peter Drury, at this point, even if they were sponsored by Microsoft, Chelsea still won't excel.
Bars! On that note, why don't they have a shirt sponsor? I
don't know.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the False Line Podcast. We are here once again.
This is the false.
Mems has the agenda. TK's rolled up, ready to go. We've got a lot of topics.
Don't say that because I'm not riled up.
I'm trying to G you up.
I'm
trying to G you up. But we are talking about a lot of interesting things today, football-wise, results, everything you can think of, headlines, topics. But yeah, bro, you want to kick us off?
We've never done an intro.
Hang on. And this episode's brought to you, as always, by MOMOMEDIA.
That's me.
Shout out the boys at MOMOMEDIA, bro. Mems, Mo, even TK's brother. I'm hearing the drones getting purchased. I'm hearing the drones are getting purchased.
And in terms of money, we have no money, so subscribe.
Subscribe, bro. All right, man. Listen, we're back. The Prem's back, and we're finally integrated. What?
Before we get into all the games, before we talk about what happened on the weekend and Man United's situation. There's one thing happening in Manchester that I want to talk about, and it's not related to trophies. So it's on the red side. Should Mason Greenwood come back to the Man United squad?
TK, you want me to take the floor first?
Yes, that's all good.
When this thing first happened, we didn't want to talk about it because you just don't know what happened. Like, you don't know what's happening, you don't know the results and whatnot. But as it grew on, I thought we were all on the same page. I thought, and when I say all, I mean humanity as humanity as a whole, football community as one. I thought we were all on the same page, right? You get your trolls here and there, you get your user 344s just writing rubbish. But me personally, I never really understood. There are some Manchester United fans out there saying the guy deserves a second chance, the guy needs to come back, we need the guy back. Goals are being put over morals, which I don't understand. And I think it's time to talk about it because United actually wanted to bring him back, and I started to say that, I thought, I don't know, TK can correct me if I'm wrong because I don't really follow United news, but they tried, they put it out there, you know, they I don't know how you want to call it, what you want to say about it, but they flashed it, they swung it in front of everyone's face, and the reaction they got was very, very bad, as it should be, right? Because in my opinion, I don't think anybody, like, I had an argument on one of these big Instagram pages. Shout out to All Round 90. There was a guy saying the guy needs a second chance. All I had to do, all I had to say, all I had to ask was, what would you do if that was your sister? That's all I had to say. And I just got butterflies after that. And crickets. I never heard anything. And it start treating everyone the same. Start thinking about situations different. It's not just about goals and winning games. It's about me as a Liverpool fan. Mo Salah does this. I want him gone. Like yesterday, go. I said this to Mems, I said this to TK. It doesn't matter because in the end of the day, no one is bigger than the club and what the club represents. So I don't think he should be back. I don't think he will be back because the fan base went crazy. And good up to them.
It's not even about football at this point. It's like I can't even think of a good example to give you because this is so like abnormal what he's done. What he's done, it's. I don't. Me.
No. I was just gonna just throw a little 2 cent out just to say.
Do you know what? I want to hear what you have to say. Take the floor.
It's not normal in football, but it's normal in other sports. That's all I was gonna say.
Yeah, it is normal in other sports, but it shouldn't be normal in society to begin with. It should not be talked about, in my opinion. Throw him in jail, throw him away, and lock up the keys, and don't ever talk about people like that again. Because like you said, imagine that's your daughter, imagine that's your sister. You'd want to kill this cunt.
Your mum, your auntie.
He's on the same level as a pet. Excuse me if it's wrong for me to say, but he's on the same level as a pedophile. Same like, do you know what I mean? Bottom feeder of society at that point in your eyes.
I'll tell you on the other side before TK goes on.
Yeah.
The other side is, but I'm hearing, this is what but he's innocent. He never got proved guilty. No. Open your eyes, okay? We heard voice recordings. We seen photos. Okay, photos could be edited. I get it. Could be some actor, makeup, no worries. But hearing the voice recording is something I can't unhear.
There is a big difference between being innocent and the charges being dropped.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Big difference.
Massive.
Benjamin Mendy is innocent.
And look, and he still has to live with that.
Yeah.
And what did City do?
Speaking of that, of Benjamin Mendy, I don't know if you boys have been following, but his first game, the banners of people saying, we don't want Mendy in, we say no to rapists. Like, these are...
And he's innocent.
And he got proved
He
innocent.
got proven innocent. Let that sink in for a second.
So this for me, it just baffles me how there's people even saying he's innocent. Yeah, but he never got charged. Like, I think it's pretty obvious if you have an adult brain, a brain that's matured to a certain level, you understand that it doesn't always mean you have to get proved. No, because if you didn't get proved innocent, you're guilty. Or if you like, that's how I look at it. When there's evidence that strong and there's a voice recording.
Even though it's innocent till proven guilty, in Mason Greenwood's case, you were guilty from the start.
And
I
started hearing what if it's role play and cause
Are you serious?
Yeah, wallah. Like goals do not matter in this situation right now. I'd rather get relegated. I promise you, I'd rather get relegated. Watch Championship. They bring someone like that into my club and make everyone think it's acceptable to have that because it isn't. It isn't, cuz at all. And I thought United would be smart because they are money. They all the Glazers and everyone are all about money and commercializing marketing. I thought they'll be like, fuck this guy. We don't care about this guy.
No. That's why they wanted to bring him back. So look, you've covered a little bit on the moral ground. And I think the worst thing to happen to Mason Green was the fact that none of this actually went to court. I think had this gone to court, he would have had a chance to. Yeah, I usually keep it up. I can put it down. Do you want me down?
No. I'll put mine up.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, I think the worst thing to happen to Mason Greenwood is the fact that this didn't go to court. Because it didn't go to court, it leaves it open to interpretation. And
the worst or the best?
I think either way you want to look at it. Because if it went to court, I think you would have got a decisive you're innocent or decisive you're guilty.
I think you would have got it you're guilty.
That's what I'm trying to say. And because it didn't proceed that way, people have formed their own opinion. And ultimately, people are now saying, this is what I think about it, whether it's right or wrong. Now, there's obviously unrest in the fan base because there's a huge majority of Man United fans, and this is what I've seen from just reading social media and being on football Twitter and all of that want Mason Greenwood back. And I understand that. And I think the pressing issue of why they want Mason Greenwood back is the most glaring obvious. We don't have finishers in the squad, and we don't have someone to score goals and to score chances, and that's what I want. So, first of all, I think that's why you want Mason Greenwood back, because you know if he comes in, he'd probably potentially score goals. So, first thing I'd say is Mason Greenwood's been out of the team for 18 months and he hasn't been properly replaced. Like, whether or not you want him back in the team, that's a bigger issue of why hasn't the club replaced Mason Greenwood when you knew he was going to court, potentially was going to be locked up and he wasn't playing football. The manager was under-resourced anyway. You should have gone and replaced him. But now, when I think about it and whether I think Mason Greenwood should come back or not, like I just think it brings too many issues. Like, we're already playing badly as it is. And I think the last thing this team needs is that sort of media scrutiny on them. So I think from a moral standpoint, it's not a good idea to bring him back. I don't think we should be fighting people like charities and journalists that are against domestic abuse and all of that. And the club having to constantly defend themselves. They talk about, let's do what's best in Mason Greenwood's, like, looking after him and he deserves a second chance. But from what I look at, why does he deserve a second chance at one of the biggest clubs in the Premier League? Why does he deserve a second chance earning big top dollars, money that most of us dream to earn? Like, I'm all for second chances, but when most people in society go through something like this, they get their second chance and they got to start from the bottom, unfortunately.
Can you imagine if they brought Adam Johnson back?
No one's ever touched him. And I'll tell you now, if we release Mason Greenwood tomorrow, there is not a single Premier League club that will go near him. Even the clubs at the bottom that would go, he would fit into our squad quite well. Not a single club would go through him.
I think clubs all around the world will struggle to make sense of why they should sign him. Like, let's be honest. I think even
maybe
Turkish clubs will be like...
Maybe South America, but that's about it.
And then on top of that, let's not talk, like you said, we're all about money, but the brand and reputational damage it has, like, we might pretty much put ourselves, like, a lot of the money that we spend, it's revenue that the club generates, and the club can generate that because the brand Manchester United is recognisable and it's got ties to good things. The brand itself. You associate the brand with that. You drag the brand through the mud, and there's a chance you don't repair this brand for the next 10 to 15 years. The money might dry up, and we might be in a position where there's not enough funds. Like we already complain, I complain, I should say, about the amount of money that we spend in the transfer window. I say we don't have money, we're not spending enough money. Imagine contracts start drying up, we're not generating revenue. How do we then go and, like, we've seen the market the way it's gone.
Crazy.
Like the baseline for a player now is 100 mil. We can't afford that now. Imagine we bring Greenwood in back, the brand gets damaged, the club gets damaged, the club name. We can't secure big contracts anymore. Like we're laughing and running around saying we just secured a 10-year deal with Adidas or 90 million a season, which is 900 mil over the life of the contract. The reason we can do that is because the brand has a good name. But you can't do that if you damage the brand name. And not to mention, I don't want us to be the guinea pig. Something that people, I don't feel like they're taking into account. They think we're going to get the same Mason Greenwood back. And there's no guarantees about that. Like, he hasn't kicked the ball professionally for 18 months. We don't know what he's been doing for the last 18 months. We don't know where his headspace is at. Like, everyone fails to recognize, like, he might be in a room. He might be going through this shit. He might be depressed. He might be remorseful. And he might want and feel like he deserves a second chance. But is he mentally ready to go to Enfield and be up against 50,000 people? Is he ready to go to Stamford Bridge? Is he ready to go to St. James's Park? Is he ready to go to the Etihad? Because you know rival fans are going to eat him up.
100%.
And like you talk about player welfare and the fact that, we got to do the best thing by Mason by giving him a second chance, but is doing the best thing for him, exposing him to an environment where he's going to be subjected to abuse. And look, players already cop criticism and abuse, and the vast majority of them don't like the criticism that comes away. Definitely. Imagine the vile abuse you'll get now. Imagine he scores against 90th minute, he scores against, let's say, Liverpool at Anfield. The guy is going to get like abuse. There's going to be a case where you might need to have a police and people rights was near the Manchester United team. And on top of that, more importantly, like, it's just bad. The team is unsettled right now. He needs to come back into a settled environment, and the team's not settled.
It needs to
it's not settled. It's not settled.
My opinion, my personal opinion is, like, this guy commented something and he's like, yeah, we all deserve second chances. I said, yeah, you deserve a second chance in not being in jail. Like,
he's getting a second chance at life.
That's okay. Whatever the voice recordings were, that's what you deserve, because you deserve a second chance in life, not in the field, not to be able to play.
And let's use Mendy as an example. Mendy has gotten a second chance, but he's not playing for Manchester City.
No.
Where is he playing? He's
Lorient.
Yeah,
he went back home.
He just went back home and he said, "Look, I'm just."
And he's keeping it low key. But that Mendy, it's frustrating for him because, like I said, he's been proven innocent, and his second chance is not anywhere near where he left, and that's not through his own fault. But
I
like,
feel so bad for him. Bro.
Exactly, we feel bad for him.
Even like Kurt Zuma, to this day, I was watching the Chelsea game last night, because his own fans, he gets the ball, boo, his own fans. And he had an incident with an animal. However you want to rank him in society, however you look at him, that's an animal. Imagine like that's a human, what we're saying. So it just makes no sense.
All this chat about, they're pregnant and together now. And no, Sis saw a bag. I
said this, right? If he went to court and he was innocent, she should be, take her away.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real, because women that do this are very, very bad people. They're there for the money. They're there to destroy families.
Yeah, and that's funny. Why isn't no one, if everyone's still so staunchly standing up for him, why isn't anyone going up after her?
Because they know, I swear, I speak to United fans, bro. Like, they message the page, bro. And they say,
comment,
cuz he's back and this and that. Like, I'm like, bro, you are sick in your mind if you like. I will not be happy to watch him play. If I'm, I said it to Salah.
Anyway, while we're on the topic of Man United, they delivered an absolute.
Let's get it to the.
I haven't spoken since our first 2 games, bro.
Football talk, bro.
You haven't actually. This is the first time you're commenting on one of your games. Let's get
both, actually.
Mateus Cunha, unbelievable. Chopped this up at Old Trafford. Onana hit him in the head. It is what it is. He's got the result.
Ange Postecoglou masterclass that was. Because Tottenham played amazing. They played beautiful football. No, I'm not even going to say United were shit. They were a bit shit. Unlucky in some senses. Let's be real. But Tottenham played amazing. And I can't believe Conte, everyone is saying this, Conte had Yves Bissouma locked up in that team.
Make me start talking, bro.
Conte had Bissouma locked up like that.
When Gary Neville said that he didn't want Conte, I fully understood him. Like, you know, when him and Jamie...
Emerson Royale balled out in that.
He was on the bench. Yeah, he was on the bench, but
Yeah,
he balled out the first game.
Yeah, he balled out the first game under
first game.
Ange.
I just think that I was watching that game.
One sec. But
Okay.
Ange-Ball is here because I've seen Ange-Ball. 2010 Brisbane Raw. I've seen Ange-Ball into the 2014 AFC Asia Cup when Australia won.
Sexy.
Ange-Ball is sexy to watch because it's just simple Spanish style football.
Boom, boom, boom. Find the space.
Pass, find the
Get
space.
out of the press.
Yeah.
Like-
And he just done it so well, man. I can't wait to see where Tottenham goes. They are so exciting to watch.
I'm going to say that the first half of that game was pretty 50-50. I think United were the better team, really. They had the better chance. Everyone talking to me about the Rabona from Bruno, which was pretty sexy. But what wasn't sexy, it was that second half from Bruno. And a lot of people weren't happy. But, man, United were bad. But let's not forget what Tottenham did, bro. Tottenham played out of the press so beautifully. Like, I was like, whoa, are we watching, like, Barca, City, Pep Guardiola out of the press easily? Because Bissouma had Casemiro like twerking. Like, let's put it like that. And I think Casemiro is unbelievable, bro. But Jamie Carragher actually came out with a tweet about Casemiro saying it's not worth it and whatnot. You know how he is. He just baits it. Twitter's getting monetized now, so you're going to see a lot of crazy shit. But that game that game made Jamie look like he was unbelievable knowledge, more knowledge. You know what I mean?
But Jamie's analysing it from the most basic understanding, like
Money wise, like obviously
not
end zone that are
from-
older. So
not from a money wise. Like you can tell the idiot's not watching the game, because if the idiot's watching the game, you'd know that Casemiro is standing there by himself and he's got two 20-year-olds running at him. Because where's Mason Mount and Bruno? They're still holding hands with
No, but
Bruno.
you have to understand what he does.
No,
Can
I
we
understand.
talk about Mason Mount?
They're holding, and look, Mason Mount. Everyone wants to go at Mason Mount. I'm not letting it happen because everyone wants to go at Mason Mount. Mason Mount, Mason Mount, this, Mason Mount, this. He was arguably our best player in the first half.
I agree with that.
He's arguably our best player in the first
Football's
half.
90 minutes.
All right, it's 90 minutes, but everyone's having a crack at Mason Mount. I'm like, bro, the rest of the team's shit. Like, you're just looking for a target.
But
That's how I look at it. You look at it, looking for
Who
a
do you target but the number 7?
Yeah, why are you targeting him?
Why
'Cause you
take
know-
the number 7?
Yeah, but I don't like when United fans target Mount, because it's like, bro, you want to be so right about you don't think Mason Mount's good. You're willing to let the team play like
I
shit.
know what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I know
bro,
what you're
the
saying.
guy's been there for 2 games. Like, you can take preseason into account, but he's been there for 2 games. Like, we'll sit here and say, you got to settle into the team. Oh, the Premier League, you got to adjust. Oh, you got to do this. But if it's Mason Mount, nah, he's shit, bro. He's shit.
No,
He shouldn't be able to go.
I still think he needs time. Like,
You know, but-
it's a new team, new system, and he at Chelsea he didn't even play towards the end.
Not
so-
even that. If the players that have been in the club for a year aren't understanding the system, what luck does Mason Mount have? You know what I mean? But just on the Spurs game, like, I'll wrap it up quickly, bro. I think the first thing is we just looked first 2 games actually, bro, we just looked very unfit. We look like pre-season started against Wolves. That's what we look like.
I get it. It makes
And we
sense.
look so off the pace. Like, we ran more than Wolves, but we looked more tired than Wolves. And when I say we ran more than them, as a team collective, we ran 700 meters more than them.
Doesn't that? Can I bring up a question? Isn't that a target at your manager?
I'm going to get into my manager.
Because last year I gave Ten Hag his flowers.
Yeah,
100%.
no, but I've always been like this. I don't attack no one first season. First season, do your thing, find your feet. Like, I'm all good for you. But second season, from day one, I expect.
100%.
And that's the way I am. And look, Ten Hag, some of the things he did in that game did cost us that game. Like, Rashford at 9's not working, bro, which is going to bring me to my first point. Marcus Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, Mason, I'm not going to put Mason Mount in this ring, Anthony, Garnacho, those players specifically, technically good, dumb as shit. They've got no football IQ. 0. No football IQ.
I agree.
Like, Rashford, technically good, those players, but when it comes to understanding, let me come into space, let me take the ball, let me link up, let me do this, let me do that. No idea. Marcus Rashford at number 9 looks worse than Romelu Lukaku. When Lukaku was playing that, he looks worse than Lukaku. I'm sorry. Like, I saw that guy come in, drop in to take a first touch. The ball bounced off his knee, off his shin, and it went over there.
Pre Ten Hag, before Ten Hag, Rashford. That's what we're saying. That's what we're saying.
No.
Before Ten Hag came in and made him Zidane.
No, but that's like Rashford
know.
at 9 just doesn't work. Put him back on the left wing, let him run at people. That's all he's good at. Do that for him.
I'd be playing Sancho as the false 9, straight up.
Well,
That's what I'd do. Wallah.
and
Just till Hoyland comes
no,
back.
no. But here's the thing where you got to.
he injured?
Yeah,
Yeah, they put him injured.
But this is what you got to say about the manager. Like we've done a whole preseason. Again, I don't think our preseason was that good, but at the same time, you played Sancho there all the preseason. He was playing as a 9 in preseason. Whether or not you rate Sancho, play Rashford there during the preseason. If that's going to be your plan of attack, like
it's not making sense.
You don't have Højlund for the first 3 games of the season or first 2 games of the season, but why don't you do what you did in preseason? So I think that was the first thing. We're not unfit. We're unprepared. I think the team has no balance. The front 3. I think Anthony.
They paid 70 mil for an injured striker.
He's not injured. He's been training for the last 3 weeks.
They paid 70 mil.
He's been
So he
been
can go
training.
straight to the medical ward. Endo played the next fucking day.
Endo had an Instagram post about how he's gonna play in the Super Cup for in the Bundesliga. Then his next post, what's his at Anfield?
Went straight to the medical office.
I'm not laughing at that. Listen,
Sorry.
I'll
Sorry,
tell you what's
sorry.
laughable. I'll tell you what's laughable about what was laughable about that game was the butcher. That was for me. That was like.
But here's the thing: you said something in the which I didn't agree with in the chat. You said you reckon that season got to him. I'm like, bro, the guy just genuinely looks unfit, like the rest of the team. The guy he was huffing and puffing to get to someone.
But why? Because why?
I just don't think we trained hard enough in preseason.
But
I legitimately, the reason why I'm not stressing, I'm not right up about this, is because I saw this happen in preseason. And this season is no different to the way we started last season. We looked off it at the start of the season. And we clicked into gear early to mid-September. That's when we clicked into gear. Because we played a couple of games, the players got used to running and all of that, and then we just clicked into gear. And I wouldn't be surprised if the same thing happens. And look, the manager has to take a lot of blame. I want to wrap up my point. The manager has to take a lot of blame for what happened. But I also do feel sorry for him, bro. Like, in the sense of there's a lot of shit that's going on that I can understand could just impact your mood, impact the whole team.
Like what?
Like,
Greenwood?
For starters, he hasn't had the players he once sold. At the start of the week, he agreed Harry Maguire to get sold 2 weeks ago. The club refuses
That
to...
would piss me. That would piss you off.
The club refuses to pay Harry Maguire off so he can go. Harry Maguire's still in his squad. Most of all, he's not even putting Maguire in his team.
That's got nothing to do with performance.
No, I'm saying it's got nothing to do with performance, but I'm just saying general mood. I can understand.
It takes up a manager's like.
It's taken. That's one thing.
I thought you were talking about performance.
There's no. Donny's still there. He's just sold Fred. We've had Amrabat waiting for us to come bid for him for 6 weeks.
We started. Hey, you want to go?
That's what I mean. Like,
50 million.
Amrabat's been there. Tenag spent all the 2 weeks speaking to Pavard and Todd Bieber. You can't buy them because Harry Maguire refused to leave. We haven't sold Donny. We haven't gotten rid of other players we need to get. On top of that, the Mason Greenwood thing's just happened, and he's got to deal with that. In a press conference on Friday, they were asking him about Greenwood. He's busy deflecting questions. And the third thing...
Can you... sorry to hold you there, but can you imagine if they brought him back, the questions he'd get?
And that's what I'm saying. I don't want the drama. Like
There is a very big disconnect.
The team is
there is
not
a very, very
playing
big disconnect with the manager and the thing.
And that's always been the case of United.
Yeah, and the worst and the last thing I will say is the guy has been waiting for the club to get sold the same way we're waiting for it. Because he has to deal with that. Because he knows if he had good owners...
I think he knows they're not getting sold anytime soon.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, but he doesn't know. No one knows an
But
answer.
no one knows.
No, he does. He does know.
Yeah, but if he does know, can you see how he's sitting there? Because you can see Tenag right now, the way he's managing, he's looking like a guy that's going, I need to think of something because it looks like I'm not going to get what I need.
But there isn't a reason why you're playing this Mount. You got Mount and Bruno.
That
Because you never wanted Mount. We wanted Mount.
No, Tenag wanted Mount.
One sec. It was either us or Chelsea were going to re-sign him.
Arsenal wanted him as well.
No, Arsenal never wanted him.
Arsenal were Rice from day one.
Arsenal were Rice. Havertz was like, okay, you just want to get rid of Havertz? We might get him a bit cheaper than what we would pay later.
Question. Who gets 007 first, Havertz or Mount?
Now, easy.
Mount, bro.
Easy Mount.
Because Havertz
Actually, to be honest, they might even hit it at the same time.
Nah, Havertz is playing in a more successful team, bro.
Yeah.
More balanced, a better team.
You wouldn't be surprised if Havertz gets a goal or an assist tomorrow.
With Ten Hag, because the balance of that team, well, like you said, is wrong.
So off. The front line's
Mason
not
Mount
balanced.
shouldn't
The midfield's
receive criticism because all he's doing is being an energy bunny right now. He's running up and down, and Casemiro gets left in the mud. That's why I'm not criticizing Casemiro because I know Casemiro is unbelievable. But to play Bruno and Mount in the same midfield and not have a plan makes no sense.
He has a plan, and funnily enough, the first 35 minutes that plan worked.
No, I didn't even think it was that.
I could see what he's trying to do. The first 35 minutes it worked, but then he turned to shit because those players cannot sustain whatever the fuck he's trying to do. Whose fault's that? Why are the players not fit? You got to look at the manager. What the fuck did we do for 4 weeks in preseason?
I don't know.
Because we're unfit. But yeah, that's pretty much United. Should you be worried? No. Like I said to you, Sui, I think it's inevitable that we'll do what we did last season.
I agree.
And we're gonna sign 2 players before the end of the
I
week.
can't against me. We're gonna sign 2 players tonight.
I literally messaged him after the
Because
game.
watch us. I hate this. I know this club so well. We're gonna do it.
Yeah, but that's United wrapped up, bro.
Let's go. What's next, bro? Talk to me.
Question for you both.
Yeah, go for it.
That McAllister red card.
Oh, never get me
Do you know? No.
Was
not
that
a red card.
Yeah, hold on. Let me ask the
And I'll
question.
tell you why.
Let me ask
It
the
is.
question.
No, I'll tell you why.
Let me just ask the question for them. Did McAllister deserve a red card for that challenge on the weekend against Bournemouth?
No.
In my opinion, I understand why the referee gave it.
No, I don't.
No. Hear me out. Let me cook. In real time, that looked like a bad tackle. In real time, real speed, high actions, like just if I'm watching someone go flying, whoop, boom, studs up, whoa, no, that's a red card. In real time, it looked like a red card. In hindsight, no.
In real time, it's easier. Seeing that in real time is a foul. It's not even a card. Then when you look at it, it should be a card, a yellow. That's what I think.
Can I jump in?
Yeah.
Bruno copped the exact same tackle against Spurs. His shin got cut up.
Yeah.
He had blood dripping off his foot. Not a card, not a foul.
Nothing.
I've
That's
seen
what-
people get away with them, yes.
That's all I want to
The
say.
thing is, okay, you get away with it, Norris. Like we are like sometimes you get a foul, sometimes you don't get a foul.
Hold.
You have to cut all this out.
Oh,
I don't wanna do. Move, brother. Fucking Freemasons, Illuminati.
five star watch.
Tough people do.
Okay, federal police, he's fucking done. Raiding the house cars in the area.
Right in the house in the area.
All right. It's just a local area run, bro. Calm down.
I just think that, like TK said, it happened to Bruno. It happens in every game. To pull out a straight red is just for me, it's an agenda. It's like, let's pull a red card.
At Anfield, too.
It makes no
3 games, bro.
because it's a straight red. Like, you know when Casemiro got that red,
I was fuming.
I slightly understood, not the choking thing, the one where he
Yeah,
went,
I was fuming.
I slightly understood it because he came in and his leg was high and Norris. But like a straight red, like that's insane. Like that's fucking.
Casemiro got a yellow for that as well, and then he got turned into a red.
No worries.
Yeah.
See, so it was basically a straight
Then
red.
that, if you want to say it, that was probably a worse challenge,
That was worse than McAllister.
but he went a yellow.
So, yeah. I guess I understand that why the referee gave the red card, but in reality, that's not a red card.
And when Klopp talks, he gets fined,
Yeah.
bans,
No.
everything straight
We're over
away.
policing the game, man. I hate it. I'm starting to hate it. Like the amount of yellow cards. I don't know if you've been watching.
Yeah, but
the amount of yellow
How it
cards.
works, this is a
is
new rule,
doing
bro.
my
Hey,
head in.
This new added time rule as well is
Crazy.
actually changing the game.
Fucked up.
It's
bro.
actually changing
I
the
don't like
football.
it.
I don't like it
I
either.
really don't like it, bro.
But
I don't
I
like
reckon
time
the
wasting is part of the game.
I reckon the cap should be 5 minutes. Like if you're gonna go crazy with extending the time,
Unless
5
there's a
to
major
7.
injury where it's stopped.
Yeah, like in yesterday's
Yeah.
game, Everton, what's his name? Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah.
His face puffed up. They had like 30 minutes at a time. I got it, understood.
Yeah.
Because he was there for like 5 minutes.
But what are they going to do? Okay, if someone's injured for 13 minutes, ball was out of play for 10 minutes, are they going to add on 23
Yes,
minutes?
They
Yes.
will. They will.
Yes.
They will.
That's
Yes.
fucked.
Because and it's not only that, bro. Like McAllister in the first game of the season, got fouled. Then he got up and said to the ref like, he got a yellow. I was like, how do you get fouled?
Oh, yeah.
How do you get a yellow for
new
getting
rule.
fouled?
That's a new rule.
What do you mean? Bruno, the captain, could not speak to the ref.
No, but I get.
No.
I know what you're saying.
No,
but
but
Bruno
he's the
is
captain.
Like, Bruno was like, no, I think it was Anthony first.
No, Anthony first, and then Bruno walked
He
up to
gave him
go,
a- yeah,
to
he
go,
did.
why'd you get, and he gave him the yellow. I'm like, bro, if the captain can't even speak to a ref, why have
But-
captains wearing armbands and why have them?
I think you can talk to the ref, but I think the way Bruno approaches refs, I think refs already have a.
Oh,
got a
I'd-
tag on
I'd
him.
slap him.
No,
I'd fucking
yeah,
red
but
card
that's
him.
not a reason to give
I'd
him a
send him
yellow
to
card.
Portugal.
That's
I'd
not a
slap
reason to give him a yellow card because you don't like the way he walks up to me and he goes like that. Like, who cares?
I think the tone is it's like dissent, saying when someone.
It's literally just the refs have too much power now.
Yeah, they're highway
it's
patrols.
stupid.
They're
It's
just highway
stupid.
patrols, wallah. At this fucking rate.
Bro,
this
yellow.
one.
I've seen yellow cards given for taking too long on a throw in. I'm like, bro, chill out.
Yeah, Arnold got that in Chelsea.
Like,
against
chill
Chelsea.
out, bro.
But that Liverpool game was something to be proud of. I was very happy because we were 10 men for 40 minutes just to wrap up Liverpool.
And conceded first.
conceded first. I don't know what happened, guys.
That was calamity, bro.
I was like, guys, is this like a new? Is this like? Are we back, bro? Are we back? Are we back to this shit? Guys, stop.
I've had enough trauma.
I've had enough trauma, cuz.
Hey, Bournemouth are a team. Dominic Solanke, wow.
Nah.
I love Solanke.
Romenu, their right winger that scored the goal.
Yeah.
He was on
that-
smoke.
Yeah.
Like one of the boys was over, and one of the boys like Yeah, Klopp's signing him.
Yeah,
He looks like the type of guy that Klopp's going to sign.
Bournemouth are a team, so yeah, well done.
Shout out to Luis Diaz, but I thought he was unbelievable. Endo came on, which was pretty nice to see. He got his minutes.
What do you call him?
Endo. No, don't do that. I love him. He's a sick cunt. Wataru Endo. Yeah. But yeah, very good week to be a Liverpool fan. Actually, it's in the intro. You'll see it.
And Phil.
It's in the intro. He said, I'm sure they've seen him. They've gotten this far.
No, they have to go back and realise what I was trying to do.
So KDB's out injured. Big shoes to fill in the Man City squad right now. Massive shoes. Massive shoes. Not a lot of people can play like him. But Phil Foden on the weekend. What did you guys think?
I didn't watch the game properly. I watched the highlights and the extended highlights. And just like the first game that he played, I think he played in the first game, was it? Where he had that little flick trick. I think Foden's ready, bro. I think Pep...
Remember that turn against Inter as well in the Champions League final?
Yeah. I think, what are you saying? Foden's ready? Yeah, no. What I'm saying is he's ready to like be a starter now. Like enough's enough. Pep's holding him back.
Wait, hold on. What?
It should have been started 2 seasons ago, man.
I'm
sorry. How long have you been creaming Foden? Like straight out.
Yeah, 2 years.
Like, all right.
But 2 years ago, there was the Foden Mount argument, right?
There you go. And how come he didn't sustain that? Because he was a starter in the team at that point. And this isn't me hating. Like he was.
It's very hard to be a starter in the team when ahead of you is Ilkay Gundogan, Kevin De Bruyne,
Riyad Mahrez, $100 million Jack Grealish.
But even with Gundogan, there was a time when Gundogan wasn't even a starter in that team as well.
Yeah.
Like I follow City. I follow the top 6 clubs quite closely. And Foden 2 years ago, he was undisputed. He was in that team. Something happened.
No, but he was starting. And I'll tell you what happened. It's Pep Guardiola managing him. Because he started to get very cocky as well. I think he had an incident with Greenwood. I think they had like the England team.
The Euros.
I think he got big for his boots. You know what I mean? He's a young dad. I watch Pep's interviews about him and the way he talks about him. Like he said, yeah, he's like, because remember when they compared it to Messi? Like he's like, I have a talent as good as Messi, 1, 2, 3. And then he started saying to him, he just needs to keep working hard and like.
He doesn't want him to slack.
Yeah, you haven't made it. He's trying to say.
Can you imagine if you give a 22-year-old 20-year-old consistent game time, play whenever you want. You're on the big money now. He'll slack.
And he hangs out.
Look at Rashford.
And he hangs out.
That's what I mean.
And hangs out with Greenwood. That's bad.
Or you keep him on the fringes, bring him in, he gets his moments, he gets his trophies, but he doesn't get the starting position.
I think Foden will be the captain. Like I think he'll lead them later on. Like,
he'll have a statue.
It's written in the stars.
He'll have a statue.
And it's his time to go and just to do it now.
He's such a baller, man. Like the ball control, the passing, the IQ. I get why they call him the Stockport Iniesta.
That's one thing that people don't appreciate football IQ, bro. Like
it's such a big deal,
bro. You don't need to be that good technically if your head is insane.
Yeah,
and that's the thing.
Who was it that was like Matoma? Matoma's like that. His football IQ is fucking.
But he's got technical ability.
He's got technical, but that's because of the IQ.
Yeah, my boys, bro. Don't talk about my boys. My boys deserve being that.
There was another player that was like that as well. Just wasn't Jabi Alonso, not technically gifted, but very, very high football IQ.
I think you need to have IQ to be elite.
How did you manage that?
I don't know.
I think you have to have a good football IQ to be elite.
Do you see this as Foden's like? I know breakout season is a word.
It's not the word for it.
It's not the word for it. But do you see this as a season where people start putting him in conversations up there?
I don't think City need. Like knowing City, they'll probably go and get another midfielder.
They are because they're looking at Wirtz at the moment.
Olmo. Danny Olmo.
And
Olmo will stay. Wirtz is unbelievable, bro. Yeah. Well, if he goes, bro, that Alonso will be spewing. He's a big play for him.
Yeah.
But I think they don't even need to get it. I think he's ready to go because like it's time. It is what it is.
I think they need him for depth.
Who more midfielders?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Foden or Wirtz now?
No, I'm just talking about in general. I think they do need to sign a midfielder because Kevin's gone. You don't forget like
Calvin Phillips.
Mahrez is gone. You can't.
Cole Palmer, you can't really rely on him.
Right, and then you haven't really replaced.
Oh, you're saying like they need a player already.
Kovacic. I'll take Kovacic as a like-for-like replacement for Gundo.
Okay.
I think he's just under Gundogan.
Yeah.
Because Gundogan's a legend.
Yeah, I'll take him as a like-for-like.
He's done big things. But hey, Kovacic fits right in, bro. Yeah, I think it's Foden's time, bro. And Pep knows it. He knows it. And he knows, because look, where's he going to go? Where else is he going to go?
Yeah.
To play regular game time.
And what a goal by Alvarez. What a goal!
We keep talking.
Excuse me.
We
keep
me and
talking.
him have been saying it since the beginning of last season's
I
false
keep
night.
talking, bro. Wallah, I keep talking.
For a whole year, we've been talking this shit.
Bro, the Zerbi, what's his name? Who'd you just say? Alvarez,
yeah.
Cuz all these players, cuz I know
Isaac.
football. Isaac.
Yeah.
Now I have to talk about Tonali because Fred's not here.
Yeah.
He genuinely thinks I hate Tonali. He goes, you hate him.
I don't want to talk about Freddie.
I was like, cuz. I was like, bro, wallah.
If he wanted a wank session, you should have stayed here.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
that imagine right, you pay. Imagine you get a penalty and that penalty costs you 115 million.
Cheap.
You paid 115 million dollars to
To
concede
miss it.
No, to concede.
Enzo Fernandez missed the penalty in the same game.
Oh yeah, sorry, 230 million then total net spend for a missed penalty and a conceded penalty. 200 and no shirt sponsor.
Listen, Chelsea. Bro, I watched...
Your problem is just like Man United. It's a lot deeper than players.
Bro, they got sliced by Ward-Prowse. James Ward...
He played so good. I was going to say that, bro. 2 assists in your first game.
Forget the assist. He cut up in midfield, bro.
Yeah.
And I fell asleep on the couch. I woke up, which ruined my whole Monday, by the way. And I'm like, it was like 1-1, right? And then Antonio scores that goal.
Yeah,
And I was like,
bomb.
I hate Antonio. I think he's one of the worst strikers I've ever watched in my life.
I love him.
No, because he didn't score the goal against City. That one game, they could have taken points from him and would have won the league last season.
Yeah. He missed.
Pissed me off. These are my bad books now. But he built someone, scores a goal, and then Caicedo comes on and he's doing that. I swear he was praying. He done all the Ronaldinho vibes, this, that, and I was like, motherfucker.
Well, what are you going to do?
I hate you.
Yeah,
But
what
I know you're a baller, but I hate you. Like, he's going to change the game. Gets on and skies a volley.
And butchers someone in the penalty box.
One sec, skies a volley, which was, if it went in, fair play, right? And then you got, I don't know what he did after. Him and Paqueta started arguing about betting. Like, Paqueta's like, no, I'll put money on that. No, you put money on this. And then he concedes a penalty to Paqueta. Paqueta scores the goal. You couldn't write this any better. And guess where Lavia is? At home. Watching the game from his home. Funny stories, bro. Chelsea are in the mud right now.
Chelsea are so in the mud right now. And
I don't think so.
I'm just taking a piss. What Pep Guardiola said in the media the other day, kind of
Facts.
Absolute facts.
Facts,
For those of you who don't know, Pep said if City spent what Chelsea had spent, he wouldn't be allowed to leave. The media would destroy
They have,
him.
not in that small amount of time.
Not in that small amount. No chance. Even recently, we've been good.
Yeah,
we've been good
he's
recently.
behaving.
If no chance they'd let him live, they would destroy him in the media, and the 115 charges will become 230.
I think everyone just knows now that they're gonna get done. I think everyone's like
Chelsea's gonna get done?
They'll get done.
If they don't get done by rules, do you know what they get done by?
The
by having
47-year-old contracts.
by having players that are just not good footballers anymore, and they're still getting paid $300K a week 9 years later.
Bad idea.
Guys, I reckon they signed Caicedo till he has grandkids.
He's living it with Maguire.
Like, I'm not,
That's one player. Imagine 6 deadwoods.
Brendan Williams is another example. The guy's like on 60K a week.
Rio's mate. Rio's colleague.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rio.
He's like on 60K a week. Who's gonna pay him to leave? Like 60K a week. Couldn't even get into Norwich, bro. Like, and I'm not even taking that as a piss. He went to Norwich. He couldn't start in their team. When
He needs a podcast, remember?
Yeah, bro.
That's what I mean. These long contracts to these players who are good, but they're not like you give that kind of contract to I don't want to bring
Messi,
it back.
Ronaldo.
Haaland.
Messi Ronaldo.
If we gave Haaland the 8-year contract,
Not even
I'd be
Haaland.
like,
I wouldn't even give Haaland that 8-year contract.
I would never give anything longer than 5.
I would never give anyone but Messi
not
and
even
Ronaldo
just-
that contract.
Not even that, but not even just performance, bro. Like, what if you do an ACL, you get caught in a bad tackle? Like,
That's
you lose
literally a whole year.
Like, you lose a year, and who's to say you come back the same? How many times have we seen players come back from ACLs and knee injuries, and we all say it's not the same player?
Yeah, Chelsea, you've got a rough patch ahead of you, man.
I don't think so.
It's game 2, man.
I don't know. I just love to take the piss, bro.
Look, you can tell a lot. Like, do you actually see them? There's a lot more problems than what we see.
They played very well. Like, don't get it wrong. They played good football. They just need a striker. That's the same problem.
Wow, bro! Thank you for playing.
I
for doing your job.
I know, but it's the same problem, bro. Striker's the problem, and I don't know why Enzo Fernandez took the penalty. Like, I don't know how as a striker. Like, if I'm a striker, I'm not letting no one's taking this. I'll let the goalkeeper take it before I let anyone else in the team take it. There's no chance, and then he lets Enzo take it.
Yeah.
Should be Sterling. Should be Jackson.
On that note, Liverpool should change penalty taking.
Yes,
as well.
stop giving me anxiety, Salah, bro.
Yeah.
Wallah.
Just give it to McAllister or Szoboszlai. It's a safe bet.
Oh, Szoboszlai, bro, what a player, man.
We got to talk about him later.
Not today.
Messi wins the rigged MLS trophy.
I'm loving this conspiracy.
I've been screaming it for 3 weeks, brother. I've seen the NBA. I've watched the NBA. I've watched enough American sports to know that this shit is rigged. Sean O'Malley, what he did on the weekend. I've watched enough American sports to know that organizations will rig in favor of...
Do you think the NBA is rigged, honestly?
I think the NBA has some form of rigging to it, yes.
You reckon?
100%. Bro, are you serious?
The whole rig...
Have you seen the conspiracy videos? Have you been on YouTube? Have you been into that end of YouTube?
I don't want to get locked up. Listen, the whole thing with Messi going to the MLS is a rig. Like, it's not fair, really. Like, there's something not fair. Because I watch the MLS because I've subscribed to it and everything. I pay the bill. Because the guy just runs amok. He walks the whole game.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, he walks that's how low the football quality is.
It's two things. Football quality is low and players are just standing there taking pictures of Messi while he's playing and scoring.
But let me tell you something. Nashville were pretty good, man. They were pretty good.
Or the American MLS fucking Illuminati, whoever runs the MLS.
Stop.
Wait. Whoever runs the MLS understands that there's a marketability and there's a profit to be made and there's eyes to be seen on the MLS if Messi comes and wins the league.
I don't think so. I just think because
there's a lot to gain from it.
Like there is some crazy shit
that free kick. Why was the goalkeeper standing there? He was at the Macca's cash register.
Allison wouldn't save that because it's going in.
He was standing at the Macca's cash register on the other side. Can I take your order? Oh fuck, Messi scored.
But you have to understand these players aren't quality.
I know.
Because they started talking about Robert Taylor, right? Robert Taylor, they're like his Suarez in his prime. The guy scored 2 goals in 2 games. They're like, he's got Robert Taylor's numbers going up now.
So my question to you both: is the MLS rigged, or did Messi just genuinely? Is he just that good?
I reckon it's rigged, and I reckon I don't think it's rigged straight out. I reckon I just love it.
You just think it's a fucking banter league?
Nah, I'm so happy to watch.
It's it's a banter league. Look at
definitely.
Carlos Vela went there, instantly became the best player in the MLS. We couldn't hear enough of how good Carlos Vela was. Zlatan, when he was there, terrorized that league.
Zlatan.
Yeah, but he terrorized that league.
Chicharito terrorized that league.
You take any half decent like English footballer into the league, they just terrorize it.
Yeah.
Now Messi's more than half decent.
Just a quarter.
So what do you think is going to happen when you put him in that league?
Another thing that this helps, it just helps Messi's Ballon d'Or agenda.
Yeah. Bro, the funniest thing is everything he said is what me and you said. He's like, yeah, but like when they asked him, I was like, yeah, Ballon d'Or, like, and I have 7, like, I won the greatest thing. I won the World Cup, so like,
that's all.
I don't care what happens after this. It's fine. Like, if I win it, happy. If I don't win it, it is. But I just have one more thing to say. It's actually fun to watch.
Yeah,
it's like
I've seen your Snapchats. I'm like, bro, it actually seems fun to watch.
It's fun, but it's not quality.
Because you know what, Americans, one thing they do very well, doesn't matter what sport it is, they know how to put an event on.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like they'll turn anything into an event. Like Americans, you'll play marbles and they'll turn it into an event.
Because they had P Diddy there, and P Diddy shook Messi's hand like. And I was like,
can you imagine if someone comes up to you in 2015 and goes, hey, P. Diddy and Messi are going to shake hands in 2020?
There was a meme. So everyone's commented like, bro, this guy's trying to sign Messi, the bad boy. Messi, don't do it. You're going to get locked in. You know P. Diddy's like a bad...
Next thing, Striger's come out of jail. Like, nah, you're coming to death row.
That's been season 2, episode 3 of the False 9 podcast football wrap-up. We hope you've enjoyed it. If you've made it this far into the video... please make sure to hit that subscribe button. Only 11% of our viewers are subscribed to our channel. We can't be having that, guys. Please, it helps us. It goes a long way. Share with your friends if you like sport. And also, a special episode for you this week. If you're a UFC fan, click the link in the bio. Go watch our UFC wrap-up. Quick 15-minute episode of us talking about Sugar Sean O'Malley's performance on the weekend. All right, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.